Next, please.
Good evening, Honorable Council, Mayor. I am Serhan of Belmont Shore Natural Care. I'm sure we've come to know each other. We understand that cultivation is to take place within the city of Long Beach, and we accept this from the city's perspective aids in observation and enforcement by our police department to ensure my patient's safety. For example, by monitoring the growing condition, the pesticide use, and monitoring the legal distribution of the medication. What I struggle to understand is how any of these safeguards would be lost if a cultivation site within the city of Long Beach is allowed to redistribute to collectives within the city of Long Beach. I realize we're not here to significantly change the ordinance tonight, but I'd like to put one more bug in your ear. As you look over the verbiage, granted, it is easy for me to find a grow space far from schools. I know where all the schools are. I know where all the storefronts are, but I do not know where all the warehouses are. So perhaps as you look over the verbiage in the next month, we could differentiate between a site primarily for cultivation and a site primarily for distribution. I understand this has been a long process, and we'd love to work with city staff at the appropriate time to refine the language of the current ordinance and make it work for all parties involved. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good night.
Thank you. I would urge you to engage in that fairly soon, because you have a roughly 9-month period, 30 days if this were to pass, 30 days after that, and I think an 8-month lag was put in the ordinance before it takes effect to allow for, pipeline cultivation, all kinds of stuff. So I think, if there are, this is going to be an evolutionary process. Everybody acknowledges that. Everybody's kind of learning. So I would urge you to get with the city attorney and city staff as soon as possible.
Mr. Mayor, may I ask a question?
You certainly may.
So what exactly is your question? What is the guidance that you're looking for? You say the warehouses. What?
Warehouses. Basically, at this point, the same rules apply to warehouses and distribution sites, or I should say cultivation sites and distribution sites, where the 1,000-foot buffer zone between cultivation sites, I see it problematic, because if I'm to apply I've already rented out a warehouse, say, and I apply my permit, and I won't know that there's a warehouse right down the street until you deny my permit.
So what you're looking for is you would like to be able to come to city staff, give an address, and kind of have the city sign off saying, yes, that's a viable address, before you proceed with obviously entering a contractual relationship.
If that's a possibility, that would be fantastic.
Mr. West, do you anticipate that being a possibility?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Shannon, I want to check with you, since you're the one that did the map.
Well, as I understand the question, what they're saying is she wants to know if there's already a business that has a license to operate in that area, which would then prevent her from because of the 1,000-foot buffer. So she wants to be able to go to staff and say, hey, does this meet the regulation or the zoning before she enters any contractual relationship?
We should be able to provide maps with that, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, please.
Robert Hodge.